computer. Great. So I'm recording. I hope everybody's okay with that. So, all right, let's go ahead and talk about the very pressing questions you have on your mind. So first and foremost, I have went ahead and I've opened up the next two quizzes. Okay, which should give you a good idea of some of the questions you'll expect to see on the exam, especially since the exam is going to be on Canvas, right? Just like, so these kind of questions and the way they're presented are a very good idea of how they'd be presented. So like, let me share my screen for a second. So share screen. All right, so for instance, this tree operations quiz, right? Notice that it has 19 points, right? Multiple attempts, unlimited. On the exam, you're really just going to have one attempt because, you know, and you'll also have a specific time limit. And yes, some students have already taken or started taking the quiz because some of you are overachievers, right? There's no access on it, but like here you'll get picture and then you are asked to choose the appropriate picture, you know? So preview is what I wanted to say. So like here, you want to select the multiple choice, which isn't the greatest format for this, although I found that this format works really well, this particular one. So anyway, the quizzes have a due date. Is somebody trying to get my attention? All right, so anyway, the quizzes have a due date of next Sunday, and they will be Laser. Sorry, the toddler is toddlering. So, the and I have to remember, wait, no, I'm talking to a class right now, so I can't get up and just address what he needs. So, anyway, exam. Laser, you're being particularly distracting at the moment, as well as cute. Yes, my son's name is Laser. It is short for Eliezer. So, all right, let's go ahead. And the other thing I wanted to show you, your practice exam, you can find it under files. This is the practice exam and study guide for exam 2. A lot of these questions are going to be converted to basically online stuff. One of the Zoom sessions, I will go over all the answers for this. So first page is like, please choose data structure that's appropriate. Also note that this covers hash maps and hash sets. We haven't gone over those yet, but that's not because the exam's not going to be next week. So you're going to get the chance to go. It'll probably be the first week of April. Okay. So like 2 weeks from now. So I will, of course, make an announcement about that when I have a specific date nailed down. You'll also see the thing appear online and say, hey, you can only get into this when it is during this time period. So it's fairly straightforward. I'm going to convert a lot of these questions into stuff that would be multiple choice. Pretty much everything up through this page over here, up through page 11, will be converted into questions that are more applicable for multiple choice and grading. Because like here, this one says, draw what happens when you remove the following. Well, I don't know about you, but I find drawing on a computer to be a bit of a pain, right? So instead, I'll probably give you some kind of multiple choice, like which of the following which of the following trees is what we get when we remove these, or what are the, or, you know, or with this question, I really like the way of, here's a tree, which of these is not a way to build this tree? Which of these items would not have built the tree in this shape? Huffman coding, that's in the heap section for this week, so be sure to go over it. Same with the heaps question over here. But the coding stuff, that's just going to be a text entry box, and so you're going to have to be able to enter the text there. I will do my best to provide you with some code that you can use, some minimalist code. But there's really not going to be a way for you to like test it necessarily, depending, but it really just depends on with the resources I give you. I mean, you can test it. I'm going to let you, it's basically going to be open everything. So long as it's not open to each other. Right. So, one thing I will request for the exam is that you do show up with the web camera so that at least I can watch you and see that you're not talking to another person face to face. I mean, I don't want to like be patronizing and have to use the Proctorio, but we'll see. So, you know, but however, I'm going to remind you that the average for this exam is somewhere between an 88 and a 92. So, or it has been in the past, and that's without being online and with one page of notes. So it is not a particular exam you need to panic about. If you need a DRS accommodation, such as extra time or something else similar, just let me know. You know, and we're going to try to work that out as best we can. Again, this is a one size fits most. Also, if you are in a separate time zone, because I have a couple of students who are like, who when they left campus to go home, that was a 13-hour time difference or something ridiculous like that. Again, let me know so that you aren't taking the exam at like 12 or 10 o'clock in the evening and now you're exhausted because you had to do stuff all day or something and, you know, it just wasn't fun. And now your sleep schedule's all messed up. So, right, if you're at a different time zone, just let me know. If you're at a 3 hours time zone difference, just let me know. But, you know, I think 8 o'clock is reasonable. Or, 9 o'clock since it's going to be during your lab session typically. So, all right. Are there any questions about the exam? You can either use your microphone or type in chat or raise your hand, which is a really cool function. Okay. It's going to be fairly straightforward, and I'm going to try to do this as painless as possible. Okay. You know, and I'm trying to avoid saying, I know this isn't optimal, but, you know, on this, because here I am dressed as a samurai cat. So, you know, in my perspective, it's as optimal as it can be. But I know that it is a difficult transition. Okay, so, anyway, I'm going to have a faculty meeting tomorrow. I'll let you know if there's like some kind of any changes that are going to be made or like any updates, because I have no idea how long this kind of thing is going to go on for. Yes, it will be done during the Zoom session during lab, I believe. So, yeah, so question was, will the test be done during a Zoom session then? And the answer is either yes, that, or Proctorio. And the idea here is I don't want to be patronizing and have to make you use like the Proctorio app because that seems a bit intrusive. But at the same time, like, I know that while the majority of you will be honest, there's one or two of you, and I'm staring directly at those people, who might decide, oh, I can just look, you know, I can cheat and by looking up online. All I really care about is that the work you do and is your own, and you're not like communicating with somebody else. Okay, that's mainly what I'm concerned about. I don't want you to basically be copying somebody else's answer. I want you to do it yourself. But yes, the test will be done during a Zoom session. I'll set like, here, I'll show you. When I create an assignment over here, like create assignment, boom. This is what it looks like from the teacher's perspective. It will be something like this. Create a 100-point assignment. It'll be put into exams, submission type online. Actually, what I'll be doing is I'll be going to quizzes because I'll be making a quiz. So I'll say hit quiz, classic quizzes right now, submit. And then I'll be going graded quiz, and then it will go under exams. And then over here, I'll say assignment, it's due this time. I'll say like, hey, your exam, it's due 1:59 p.m. because it's at noon, because you start at noon. And then it will be available from, you'll be able to get the assignment from 12 p.m. to let's say 2:10 p.m. Right? So maybe a bit of time there, right? And that makes sense. The practice exam should be available right now, actually. I'll post an announcement for it, but you should be able to find it right now by going to files. And there's a whole lot of stuff in files if you haven't checked it out, including slides for all the chapters in the book. But over here, if we go to the data structures, you can find it over here under Practice Exam 2 where I've uploaded it. Practice Exam 2-2. So it should be available right now for you to play with. Also, a lot of the future homework's in here too, but that's okay. So, any other questions? Or did I answer your question about the practice exam? All right, no worries. That's really all I have today. Again, the quizzes are to be done at your convenience. I'll be making more quizzes. Well, they're to be done at your convenience, but they do have a due date, I believe, of being done March 22nd. Let me add a due date over here. I thought I did. Again, due March 22nd. Save. So there you go. And those quizzes will be very representative of the kinds of questions you'll get on the exam. So, okay. So let me stop sharing. I assume people have stuff to demo or have questions or are stuck or something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split you guys up into breakout rooms. Okay. Because that's more private. You'll be able to work with somebody, even though that person will be randomly assigned to you. If you've got questions, go ahead and ask that person too. If you have questions, you'll also be able to ask me for help specifically from a breakout room. So I will do my best, and I can broadcast to everybody. So that sound good to everybody?
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I'm doing a breakout room is so that is because it enables me to basically, speak to people kind of more one-on-one. All right, 2 or 3 people per room. What's your preferences, people? 2 or 3? 3. Okay. So we've got 22 participants. I'm going to create 8 rooms. So you'll automatically be split up into them, and there you go. You've been invited. So I'll start jumping around the rooms. Okay. Right. Being assigned to room 3. Hello. Hey there. How can I help you today? Or do you need help? Or would you like to be left alone?
I just need a demo of some code.
Sure.
I have a question.
Okay. So go ahead and pull up your code, Craig, and then Tyler, what's your question?
It's about the index tree assignment, so I'll wait for Craig.
Okay, sure.
Let's see. I guess this is the first one I need to show. I never think I showed this. Okay, can you see that?
Yes, I can.
All right, cool. So, that's the maze one. So you run it and get that maze.
I can't see it.
Okay, hold on. Let's
I
see.
heard a flash. I think it's because you're sharing this window as
Okay.
opposed to the entire screen.
So share. Okay, yeah, I got it now. Okay. Yeah, so I'll redo that. So.
Oh, nice, pretty colors.
Mm-hmm.
So what was your what was the hardest part for you about this one?
I didn't think this one was that bad actually. The only issue I had really was when I ran it, I had it paste the color before it did, or like change the color before it did the goal check. So it changed the color of the goal, and then it didn't notice the goal was there because it wasn't the right color anymore. So like I had it like